How you doing, guys? This is Hybridsteel of the Rusty Nuts Garage. Thank you very much for joining us in today's video. So, what have we been getting up to? What have we been doing? If you haven't checked the last video we did, we went on an adventure. We went to Larry's scrapyard, we went to the Kowalski's auctions, we found some decent cars there, and we've turned a little bit of a profit since. So, we bought the Bronco, the Hudson Hornet, what else did we buy? We bought a few bits and pieces. So what we have done is we have sold the Bronco. There was a guy who lived a town or two over. He runs a YouTube channel. You may have seen it. I've mentioned his name before. It was Charlie. He took the Bronco off my hands. I made him a deal. He couldn't refuse. It was all good. So our truck finally turned up. This was the one that we were expecting the other day in the last, when we were talking about this in the last video. This is the Opel Blitz. So it came in really nice. Like, the guy who sold it to us, he said he was trying to renovate this up, just didn't have the time. So it was basically an unfinished project. Obviously missing pretty much an engine. Some of the undercarriage does need a little bit of work, but he's already done the straightening for us. He's already put money into this. Like, the bed is brand new, mirror-like as well. I mean, I've never seen a bed like this on a truck that we've worked on. Like, normally they look like this when we finished, not when we've worked on it. We're definitely going to be looking into stripping this down, making sure everything's all good. Obviously, we still have the Fury, so the Plymouth Fury is still here. But yeah, we don't really have a lot else from the lot that we did the other day. The reason why is mainly just because we did well enough to get rid of some of the stuff as we bought it. We only made like a couple of hundred on each one, sort of thing. But then we have sold some bits and pieces from the shop, and we've made a little bit of money back, which is good. So the joys of today is this. This is an Opel Blitz. This is basically, if you just pull up any image of this, you'll basically get a truck that looks like this. You'll get a truck with the shoddy bits of wood on the side. We have got a couple of options to do with this. We could put a metal bench in, we can make it a little bit more sporty as well. This engine does actually have the capacity. We can bolt a V8 supercharge into this. So I'm considering that. I want to make this like a proper, like, grunty van. You know, someone who's going to be chugging down the road on this and reliable for years, sort of thing. But that's the plan. So we're going to run through this now. We're going to strip it all off, and then we're going to have a go through it. So join us on this journey of I would say greatness, but I don't think it's going to be great. Alright, so that's the strip down done. We didn't have to take any seats out. There wasn't any. We didn't have to take half the car apart, because it doesn't exist, and it's all the best. I say, we've done alright with this. It's really solid. We had a little bit of a walk around underneath, and so there's no rust on the body. So I gather that, you know, the guy we got this from took very good care of this. He wanted this to be something special, but obviously he just didn't have the time. And we get that occasionally. We get people come in and just say, hey, you know, can you take this off my hands, because I just don't have the time. So yeah, we normally do upfront cash for things like that, and that's what we did for this. We saw the potential in this as well. That's another reason why we bought it. So now we don't know what to do with it. I mean, we could paint it, we could do anything we want with it, we could, yeah. So what I'm going to do first off is, the plan for this was to really go for a V8 supercharge, like a pure block. The reason why is because, number one, we like building them here, and number two, I think it would look pretty cool. So what we'll do is we're going to go off and build the engine. We're not going to order one in, we're actually going to build it here, which is good. Then we need to make a list of all the body parts and bits and pieces, get that in as well, but definitely get the engine in first. So let's go over to the rack, create a new one. So the engine we're going to build is the V8 2 carb OHV supercharge, and the reason why is because we like this engine and it just looks the part. You know, we build hot rods and restorations over here, so this is an engine we like doing. It's all good. Okay, so there's the engine, all built, all ready to go, and yep, it's exactly the same as what we normally build over here. As said, we build these very quickly. We actually like these engines as well because there's a lot to them and they look nice and there's everything else, and it's all good. Oh, interesting. Hello? Yep, there's Rusty Nuts Garage. You break them, we buy them. Yep. Okay. You're interested in the Opel, the Blitz, right? Okay, so you want the truck, but you want it cut like a hot rod. It's a lot of work, buddy. I mean, yeah, it's doable, but it's a lot of work. I mean, roughly, what are you thinking of cutting? You want to bring the roof down a foot? Yeah, we can do that. Do you want to come down and have a look at the chassis, and then you can sort of like, we can get a gauge of what you're after then? Yeah, cool. We're just outside town. Yeah, up the Route 66. You'll see us. We're first garage on the left, basically. Alright, cool. Cheers, man. See you in a bit. Alright, very strange. So, the guy that I've just got off the phone with wants this, but he doesn't want this much of the truck. He wants this cab cut down, which it's a very odd request. We've never done a hot rod version of a truck before, so he's going to come up here and have a chat with us, and then we'll go from there about what we can do with this. It's a lot more work, but it's doable. Catch you later, man. Thank you. Very strange. So, what this guy is asking is he wants the cab cut down. Generally, he wants this to look like, you know, like a hot rod 1930s like bucket style thing, you know, low roof and all the other stuff. And we can do that. It's not difficult, but it's very different from what I was going to do to it. Anyway, well, we'll just do that. This is going to take us a couple of days. So, a couple of days for us, maybe even a week or two, is going to be a split second for you guys. So, doodle-doo, 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 doodle-doo. Okay, so as you can see, we're now fitting the rims and the wheels. They turned up and it's all good. We didn't have to wait as long for these ones as we've done before. Main reason why is because these are actually more standard wheels, standard tyres, instead of, like, you know, getting the massive racing slick tyres in, which does take a little bit longer to actually get them here. So we're gonna balance these all up now, and that's all good. I mean, you guys don't really often see me or anyone else in this shop balancing wheels because we usually cut it out. But we've been really hard at work on this one, so we haven't had enough time to like film bits and pieces and make sure you're actually keeping up to date with the whole truck. So that's why we're doing this, and then we can go through what we've actually done, because since we've done the body job of cutting the roof down, and yeah, it's been a bit busy. Let's put it that way. So we pulled our thumb out of our arse on this one, and as you can see, we're all like, everything's done under the hood and everything. We're actually ready to put the engine in now, because we've basically done everything for this. We're actually doing the engine swap, because this was an originally 16 DRHC. Now we're putting the V8 in here, so we've had to reinforce some of the siding because it's a slightly heavier engine. Everything is done apart from obviously rims, tyres and bodywork. Bodywork we're still working on. It's going to take a little bit longer, but yeah, we're looking at quite a pretty cool looking truck by the end of this. So we're going to put the rims on now, then we'll stick the engine in, then we've actually got to get the bodywork in as well. So yeah, we're getting there slowly but surely. This build is definitely coming along. All right, okay, so rims are on, body kit. Now this thing is, yeah, it's definitely interesting. So we never really thought we'd ever do anything like this, and the reason why is because it's just so out there. We've never taken the top of a truck off before. Most of these people use these trucks for like workhorse cars, you know, that sort of thing. We've never really ever done like a proper supercharged hot rod flatbed before, so this is pretty cool. So we're going to install the engine in now. Oh yeah, it might help if we actually pull the engine out. Alright, we're going to wheel the engine over, we're going to put it in the car, and that should be cool. Awesome. And the plus side to it, because this sits lower in the actual body, we can actually put just the bog standard hood on top and it's all good. Or you can leave it open like this, because the height of the grill, actually the air will flow straight into the blower, keeping the engine cool. So that's all good. Now what I will do is I'll probably just tell this person that if they want to sort of like keep this like ventilated, all they have to do is just make a little grill here, take the logo off, and then they could just go from there, or just keep the vents in here and we're all good. But this has come out really wicked. So the next on the agenda really is to really sort of just make everything a bit more cooler. So I will say this about this car before we go into the last part of this. Basically, it is pretty cool. You can get this from the Steam Workshop right now. If you are really wanting to get hold of this, it's definitely over there. My only gripe with this really is the wheel arch. Wheel arch doesn't really keep... You're supposed to put a tyre inside this, and with this truck being a hot rod, you're supposed to put like the wide boy kit on. I personally didn't like the wide boy kit. I thought this was ideal. So that's why it looks a little bit funny. It looks a bit off. That's just my own interpretation of it though. But it does look still pretty cool. And you knew this was coming. You knew that we were going to have to send this down the strip. I mean, it might not be the fastest car we ever made, but oh my god, does it look cool. Right, let's give this a go, shall we? Okay, I'm going to be honest, it was worth the run. It was worth building, even though it was a very obscure project to come through the door. I'm going to be honest, this was so much more fun. Alright, cool. So the guy that's buying this off of us, he already put down the money for it. He's paying us $80,000 for this truck. So everything was in budget, everything was good. We put money into it. He's paying us back. It's all good. You know, that's how it works over here sometimes. You never know what's really ever going to come through your door. So we just know, we're not knowing what's really going to ever happen. All we know is that we've got to work on the Fury, which is going to be an absolute beast of a car. We're going to try and get this off to... we're going to try and sell this to a movie prop company because I think it's pretty cool. But that was just fantastic, man. It was awesome. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This has been Hybridsteel of the Rusty Nuts Garage. If you want to see more custom builds like this in this game and restorations and everything else, well, in fairness, the custom build is because the mod actually allows you to do this if you've got the other body. But apart from that, we're all good. So thank you very much for kicking by. This has been Hybridsteel. I'll see you all later. Peace out. Have fun. Enjoy everything you guys do. Boom! Fizz bump to you.